I don't like getting asked if I'm tired or if I'm sick. That happens all the time. When I don't wear under eye concealer, people are like, oh, are you okay? You look a little sick today. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I really am. That's what dark circles do to you. People think that you are unhealthy when you're not. And today I'm going to show you guys how to cover them up and how to fix everything so that it looks perfect and flawless all day. I hope that you guys take from these techniques and learn something. I really hope you enjoy, and let's get right into it. The first step, I always recommend to hydrate underneath the eyes. I'm using an eye cream. This one is the Fast Response Eye Cream by MAC, but you could use literally any moisturizer that you already use on your skin. What this is going to do is create a really nice base for underneath your makeup, and just kind of patting it in. I find it kind of helps depuff the under eye circles a little bit, so it's definitely a step I don't recommend skipping. I'm going to wait for that to dry and just kind of like let it sit in for about a minute before we move on to actual makeup. Okay, so eye cream is on, bags are still there, and the dark circles are hella there. So annoying, but I'm going to show you how to color correct so that you can't even see them. I'm using an orange salmon based concealer, and the reason we use this, I'm going to show you this right here. This is a color chart if you don't know what this is. Of course you know what it is, but what we have underneath our eyes is usually blue, dark, gray-ish, kind of purpley circles, and the reason we use a salmon concealer to cover that up is if you look across the board on the color chart, the opposite of blue and purple is like that orange salmony color. Now why this is important is because when we are using colors to correct our skin, we want to make sure that we're using the exact opposite. And when we do this, it's so effortless. I can cover all these dark circles so effortlessly with the right color. Whereas if I was using a flesh tone concealer, I would literally have to pack it on, and then throughout the day my dark circles would start peeking through. So if you use the right colors, you can use less makeup and you can get a full coverage, flawless effect. Sounds good, right? The only thing we haven't done yet is fix the 3D problem. We've fixed the dark circles. Of course, the color is better now. We're going to go in with concealer, but I want to fix that 3D problem, which is the under eye bag. And you can't exactly get rid of these, but you can create an illusion to make them look less visible. So I'm going to show you that now. We're going to use a stiffer concealer, something that is either from a pot or just something that's not too creamy for this, and make sure that it's light. I'm going to be using the lightest shade in this palette here, and what I'm going to do is trace right along the eye bag that I have. I'm not going to blend this out, and I'm not going to move it all over the entire eye bag area. I'm just going to put it literally right where the bag is. And what this does is when you turn your head down, it's going to stop the shadow there because you have a really light concealer. So I am going to be applying something over top of this, but this is really going to conceal that shadow, which is a really cool trick. So I have those circles underneath my eyes, and I'm not going to blend them out. When I look down, now you can't see the circles. You can't see those dark shadows, which is awesome. So this is a really cool and easy illusion to create. We're going to move on to the next step, and I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, which is my favorite, and my Beauty Blender for this one. So I'm taking my concealer, and I'm not only putting this underneath my eyes right where the bags are, I'm going to bring this down the cheek a little bit. And what this does, because it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, it's going to highlight that entire area and make you look really fresh and awake. I just let this dry for like 10 seconds so that it kind of gets a little bit tacky, and then I'm going to use my Beauty Blender to pat this into my skin. You want to be really gentle. Use patting motions whether you're using a brush, your fingers, or a sponge, because we don't want to interrupt any of the work that we did underneath the eyes, which would ruin the effect completely. You can see I'm taking my time and I'm being really gentle, and that's completely on purpose. This is something that you want to take your time with and be really precise, because it's going to give you a really amazing all-day result if you take your time and you do it properly. So you want to make sure that everything stays for the entire day. You want to lock your makeup in with a powder. I'm using an under eye powder. You could use a translucent one or something that you already like for your underneath the eye area. And pat this in as well. Don't swipe it and don't rub. Just take your time and make sure that you lock everything in with a patting motion so that you don't move anything around. And that's going to hold everything in all day. Give this a try and let me know how it goes. I hope you guys learned something today, and if you want to see a DIY version of this video, if you want to see some like home remedies for dark circles and eye bags, comment below and let me know, and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget how beautiful you guys are this week. Have a really awesome one, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye!